Baby. Full of money, I got the work on the floor, and I would never hustle no more. Welcome back to the second segment of the ShakeBack Sports Show right here on the Big Game Christian Sports Network. It's your boy Willie Epteen Jr. Checking in live, loud, and in color, baby. You already know what time it is. Just in case you missed it in the first segment, commemoration of the week that was the 22nd year removal of 9/11, the most horrific and terrible terrorist attack on American soil in the history of the world. Thoughts and prayers continue to go out to all of those out there that have been affected, still affected, and so forth and so on. Our hearts and prayers continually remain with you guys. All right, we're gonna get to some Coach Prime here in just a second. There was a rivalry game between Colorado and Colorado State this past Saturday, and the Colorado State head coach said some things to me that were kind of dripping with some hidden bias, maybe even some racism in there. But I'm gonna get to that here in just a second. We're also gonna talk about the Raiders and Aaron Rodgers. We got to get to that as well. Before we move any further, though, this second segment is being brought to you by Front End Sports. Founded in 2022, Front End Sports is dedicated to empowering athletes, teams, and organizations with cutting-edge social media, merchandising, and NIL strategies to help your brand through innovative and personalized solutions. Their team consists of experienced professionals with diverse backgrounds in sports, marketing, design, and technology who share a passion for helping their clients succeed and unlock their full potential. Make sure you hit them up. frontendsports.com. That is their website. I am Willie. We are with the Big Game Christian Sports Network and, of course, the ShakeBack Media Group. And you need to tell them that all of us told you to holler at them so y'all can set it off on getting your brand unlocked and successful. All right. Thank you guys out there for checking us out on Facebook. My personal page, the ShakeBack Media Group's Facebook page, of course, the Big Game Christian Sports Network's Facebook page, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram TV. What's up, y'all? Hey, we're back on Instagram TV. I'm looking at y'all. I see the people joining. Arlisha, what's going on? Your mama named you Shay. I'm going to call you Shay. So, yeah, we thank you guys out there for that as well. And, of course, on Twitter, as we steamroll towards 12,000 followers there. Okay, so in case you did not know or somehow forgot or otherwise was not paying attention, Deion Sanders is the head football coach of the Colorado Buffaloes in the soon-to-be whacked-out Pac-12. Maybe not, though, because they got 8 teams in the top 25. That's crazy. And they're going against their in-state rival, the Colorado State Rams, in week 3 of the college football season. Now, I saw quarterback and Deion's son, Shedeur Sanders, on First Take on ESPN the other day, along with Travis Hunter, who both are actually in the Heisman Trophy conversation. Okay, and I'm not going to get to that part of it because those dudes are doing things that, well, let's just say this. A lot of people didn't think that they would do. I think Colorado's picked to win 2 games this year. Well, after 2 weeks, they've already doubled that amount, and they're ranked number 18 in the country. But the Colorado State head coach, and I'm not going to even mention his name, basically said in a nutshell that when he was raised, he was taught by his parents to make sure he takes glasses off, sunshades off when he walks into the house, yada, yada, yada. Okay, now let's just give a little backstory behind it. We all know that Deion Sanders is who Deion Sanders is. I've talked to the dude before in the body shop, and everything that you see on television, he embodies that. That is who he is. You either love it or you hate it. That's just what it is. So my thing is, look, this guy, Deion, is empowering young men, young black men. And not only that, happy birthday, baby. See you after a while. I'm on the show, y'all. The most beautiful girl in the world just peeked her head into the studio, and she's gonna buy some Deion Sanders shades, and she's gonna bring me a pair, and we gonna ball out just like that. But Deion is empowering mostly African American men. Yeah, we get that. Now, I'm not calling the head coach of Colorado State a racist, but in this climate, when you say things about young black men and who are being led by a black man who has had issues from the outside looking in, it would appear, with the media and people attacking him during his playing days back in the NFL and, of course, in Major League Baseball. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? And it's not just him, because we know Deion Sanders is still flamboyant. He's still neon Deion. He's still prime time. I mean, come on, dog. That's what he is. That's who he is. He's Coach Prime. And there's nothing wrong with that. The thing is that Deion has toned it down a little bit, but now it is coming through. It is coming through his players in his program. And a lot of people out there don't like that. Why? Because they didn't like Deion Sanders when Deion Sanders was Deion Sanders, back when Deion Sanders was being Deion Sanders. And now it's even more of a target because, in my opinion, because now they're targeting kids. They're targeting kids. And if you listen to these guys speak, the Travis Hunters of the world, the Shedeur Sanderses of the world, the Deion Sanders Juniors of the world, man, these kids, they just want to have fun. They just want to play the game that they love. They want to have fun doing it, and they want to dominate. And if anybody out there has ever been an athlete or with any competitive spirit whatsoever, that's what you want to do. You want to dominate. But now it's like it's not cool to be confident. He's not being confident. He's being Deion. Well, you knew who Deion was. Deion made a rap song called "Must Be the Money," and he had that dry, drippy Jerry curl back in the day, and he did a concert in Monroe, Louisiana. Google it. Trust me, it's there. So why? Why are you upset because now he's invaded your turf? It ain't like your school was a top 25 program in the country perennially, Colorado State. So is it because you're upset at the fact that he may be taking some of your talent away from you? Is it because he is taking some of the shine that you never really even had? Or is it because you're just jealous? And it could be any of those things. And it could be none of those things. But I'm only saying, ladies and gentlemen, what it looks like, what it sounds like, what it appears to be. And First Take has not been to the state of Colorado, at least in my memory, in a very, very long time, if ever. Well, guess what? They were in Colorado on Friday for one reason and one reason only, and that's for the University of Colorado and Deion Sanders. Okay? Game day. I think game day was actually there. Game day don't go to Colorado unless it's something huge. And I can't even remember the last time that game day has even been to Colorado. They may not even go there to ski. Who knows? What's there? I mean, yeah, you got the Broncos who haven't done anything in the last several years. You got the Nuggets who just won the championship in the NBA. You got the Rockies who, they haven't been doing that well lately either, even though they did go to the playoffs a few years, or the World Series a few years ago. They got swept. And then, of course, you had the Colorado Rockies that have always been at least in the conversation for making the playoffs in the NHL. But in terms of collegiate athletics, when is the last time they have had this kind of spotlight on the state of Colorado? Go ahead, I'll wait. Okay, moment of silence over. Let's move on. Aaron Rodgers. Oh my gosh. I feel really, really bad for NFL fans and Jets fans as well. Sports fans, even people, if you're a fan of a people, if you're a fan of a person, if you're a people fan, look, you got to feel bad for what happened to Aaron Rodgers on Monday Night Football at the Buffalo Bills. 4 plays into his tenure as the Jets quarterback, he goes down with what looked like to be just to be a routine type of twisted ankle. But then as they slowed the footage down and put that circle around his lower left leg, and they zoomed in, and you play the replay over and over and over again, you can see this dude's calf reverberate like a speaker. And I was like, oh my God. And they knew. And people that know that injury and what it takes to have to sustain that, they knew immediately. While the rest of us watching TV looking like, oh man, Aaron Rodgers is injured, but he's going to get back up. He'll be all right. Until he got up and he wasn't all right. He laid or he sat that back down on the ground. It is a shame because, number one, Aaron Rodgers, whether you're a fan of his or not, and I'm not necessarily saying that I am, what I will say is this, is that the older I have gotten as a person, and we see these warriors battle through everything that they battle through, and not only do we get older watching them, they get older while we're watching them. So for me, I began to appreciate the art and science of what it is that they do, such as the Kareem Abdul-Jabbars, such as the Tom Brady's, such as the Michael Jordans, such as the Tiger Woods. I was not really a fan of any of those players, any of them, with the exception of Kareem. And then of Kobe, and of course Kobe, but Kobe came back. Torn Achilles, okay? That basically says that the tendon that connects your foot to your calf muscle is cut. And your foot, for all you guys out there that are watching, your foot has the potential to just do like this. There's no stability. That injury has ended the careers of Damian Woody, Isaiah Thomas, the real Isaiah Thomas, not that little 5'9" one that played for the Celtics and the Cavs and some other teams. Dan Marino and others. But now we do know that technology in terms of the medical field has improved to such to where people who sustain that injury can come back. Kobe Bryant, Kevin Durant. However, here's the difference. This is football. Those dudes play basketball. Here's another difference. Those dudes were not 39 years old like Aaron Rodgers is. So let the question be asked, or the question has been asked, and let it continue to be asked, will we see Aaron Rodgers play football ever again? And I don't mean Aaron Rodgers rehabbing and training to a point to where, okay, I'm back on the field, throw me out there, coach. Not that Aaron Rodgers. I'm about the Aaron Rodgers that is just 2 years removed from winning back-to-back NFL MVPs. Is that dude done? Is he done? Now, we may understand that Aaron Rodgers is one of those types of dudes that is very competitive. You know, his lineage and his legacy matters to him. He hears the talk. I've only been to one Super Bowl. I've only won one Super Bowl. I have not performed that great in the playoffs. I got outplayed by Jimmy Garoppolo twice in the playoffs. My team was the number one seed in the NFC multiple years, and we didn't get out the second round. He's heard those talks. So if you saw Hard Knocks on HBO, and if you listen to Aaron Rodgers when he gives interviews and how the people talk about him in that building in New York, about how he felt rejuvenated, about how he was like, yo, this is like a new birth. You have to understand that anybody with a competitive fire will not want to go out that way. I wouldn't, especially if I'm hearing a chatter and my lineage is as important to me as it is, as I know it is to him. You don't want to go out that way. So let the speculation begin. Not just will Aaron Rodgers return to the football field, but will Aaron Rodgers return to being at least 80% of 100% of Aaron Rodgers that we're used to? And I just don't know, because by the time he comes off of this injury, he'll be 40 years old, ladies and gentlemen, 40. And he did restructure that contract to where he was going to come back for another year. So it all may line up into place in terms of all of that. And as far as the Jets and their fans, dude, you guys cannot seem to catch a break. You think about Vinny Testaverde when he tore his AC or his Achilles. Oh, who, by the way, was on the field at the stadium that night that this happened. He was there. You think about Chad Pennington. All right, when the Jets were very, very good, and they had Keyshawn Johnson with his flamboyant self, and a running game that was tremendous, and a defense that was very, very good as well. Well, Chad Pennington gets hurt, so then you have that, and now you have Aaron Rodgers with this situation. It is just so completely unfair if you're a Jets fan. I feel your pain, maybe not to the same exact degree or for the same exact reason as to why, but pain is pain, man, when it comes to our teams. And me and Rachel talked about this earlier in the week about how it was actually I can't remember who it was, but whatever our teams don't do what we want our teams to do, it sets the mood for the entire day or week, maybe even for the month, depending on what happens. And for something like this to happen to Aaron Rodgers in the Jets, man, my heart goes out to you guys. And even as a football fan, not just because I picked the Jets to go to the Super Bowl against the San Francisco 49ers this year, not just because of that, but because of what I stated earlier. The older we get, the more we should begin to appreciate these things as we are watching them, because there's no way we're going to see Michael Jordan again. There's no way we're going to see LeBron James, the LeBron James that was in Miami again. There's no way we're going to see Dwayne Wade again, Kobe Bryant, God rest his soul. All of the Warriors and all of the greats that we have cheered against and ultimately cheered for, Aaron Rodgers is in that same category. So I just want to open up our minds as sports enthusiasts and sports fanatics that understand this. The greatness that you have seen, you may not ever see again. And that right there, my friends, is something that should be bottled and put on the shelf and sold. All right, we got a couple social media comments before we get out of here for this second segment. Let's see what we got. We got my main man, George, checking in from Cleveland. Achilles tendon ruptures are Rodgers is trying to be like an LA Rams who had this and recovered to play in the Super Bowl. Alex Smith had a tragic leg injury, and it looks. Yes, I remember that. Juan, what's up, man? All is well, bro. I appreciate that. We still need to link up. So what's going on with that? Hit me up in the inbox. George says again, like it took a lot of time for him to come back. These are a type of injury where you need to commit to rehab. True. And I heard Shannon Sharp talk about the difference between being in rehab and being in treatment. So rehab, man, it's crazy. By the way, who should the Jets sign to back up Zach Wilson? I'm going to get to that in the third segment. Make sure you listen to the entire show in its entirety on the network. I got to get out of here for the second segment. Willie Epstein Jr., ShakeBack Sports Show, Big Game Christian Sports Network. Y'all come on back and holler at us.